A recent New York Times critique of TV creator and producer Shonda Rhimes is receiving a lot of backlash this morning because of its controversial statements. The review's first line reads, quote, "When Shonda Rhimes writes her autobiography, it should be called How to Get Away with Being an Angry Black Woman."
Rhimes is responsible for hit shows like Grey's Anatomy and Scandal. She's an executive producer of the new series How to Get Away with Murder. The review sparked outrage from readers and celebrities.
The author, New York Times critic Alessandra Stanley, now says, "I referenced a painful and insidious stereotype solely in order to praise Ms. Rhimes and her shows for traveling so far from it." Desiree Rogers served as a White House social secretary under President Obama. She is now the CEO of the Johnson Publishing Company, and she joins us live from Chicago. Desiree, good to see you.
Good morning, guys.
Listen, when you read that article, and I did 3 times, after you get past the headline, it really is very complimentary of Shonda Rhimes and her work. But does that matter when you start the line that way?
Well, the problem is the headline. I mean, again, we're reminded, when I think about it, you know, this is good enough for a black girl. You did well, Shonda. And we so often cast in stereotypical roles, whether that be the mammy, the Jezebel, or the shrew. So in this case, Ms. Rhimes has been cast as the shrew.
And the people that admire Shonda, the beauty of her, everybody says, is that she shows that black women don't have to be a stereotype. And she says women in general don't have to be a stereotype. The one question she hates more than anything is when she's praised for writing about smart, strong women. She said, "Should I write about dumb, weak women?" Is there a double standard here?
Well, exactly right. I mean, one of the things that comes to mind for me is this really isn't a post-racial society. White women are, you know, being encouraged to lean in, and maybe we could say all women, but here's another reminder where, you know, black women are in fact warned to fall back.
I want to put up what Shonda Rhimes tweeted after this came out. She said, quote, "Final thing, then I'm going to do some yoga. How come I am not an angry black woman the many times Meredith or Addison rants?" And of course, Meredith and Addison are white women who on Grey's Anatomy. Why do you
have some really serious rants, by the way?
Who do have some serious
Yeah.
rants. And so the idea here is, why aren't white women described as angry white women?
Well, you see, this is really the issue. You know, you're right. You read through the article and you see, you know, accolades there. But why did we have to start this way? Why did we have to begin this way? Why did we have to single out, you know, an angry black woman and that whole stereotype and all the negativity and insensitiveness that brings forth?
And she talked about Viola Davis. I love this. This is another thing that has got a lot of people talking this morning, because here we go with what people say, dark skin versus light skin. She says, ignoring the narrow beauty standards that some African women are held to, Ms. Rhimes chose a performer who is older, darker skinned, and less classically beautiful than Ms. Washington. When you saw that, what did you think?
I mean, I think you have to wonder again. Here's a woman writer. Why is she bringing up all of these dividing people up? You know, this whole issue of, you know, lighter skin, darker skin, the whole context of, you know, the American classic beauty, something that black women deal with every day. You know, we've just recently, you know, see natural hair and all of these things.
Yes.
It is deep and painful to be reminded of the stereotypical ideal of American beauty.
So the New York Times, it says, look, we had some blind spots, we ignored them. How do we get past that, Desiree, do you think?
You know, I think it's diversity. I mean, when we look at the lineup of critics that they have, are any of them African American or other minority groups, so that people would know that this is not a headline that you want to use, you know, in describing someone's body of work on the eve of what should be a tremendous week for Shonda. We shouldn't be discussing this. We should be talking about how great it is that this woman has been able to do what she's been able to do.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
I mean, this idea of this is
powerful television executives
and talented and creative producer who's had hit after hit.
Hit after hit. That's what we say about Shonda Rhimes here at CBS This Morning. Desiree, we thank you. I'm thinking angry black women, not so.
Not so, guys, not so.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, Desiree.
Good to see you guys.
Thank you.